for you. The first question is, considering the financial hardship students go
These
through.
people going, they can sit at the back. We started this program. Okay? Okay, where are these people going? They can sit at the back. We started the program now. They are all part of us. They can stay anywhere. Eh? Go on.
All right, sir. Considering the financial hardship students go through and the difficulty to pay their fees, what
Which is?
school fees? Students drop out as a result of their inability to pay their fees.
How much is this? For example.
Okay, like for me, I was due for my external master's defense today, but I couldn't meet up because of
How much?
it's about 300,000.
Okay. So that I know what I'm sending.
All right,
Okay, go on.
so what will you do to ensure that students are taken care of in that regard?
Okay.
Outside the country, we have things like students' loan and all of that.
Thank you.
I heard you talked about, increasing the funding for universities. So how about the student? That's my first question. Then the second question is the second question. Please, just let me ask the second question. The second question is this: appointment into cabinet have been on reward system of who contributed to your campaign and all of that, not on competence. What would you do differently?
Thank you. Competence about appointment. The next one. Wait, let's go this. Don't worry.
They will give you the essay on appointment. Okay, a lady.
Good morning, sir. I am so delighted to see you one-on-one for the first time. And sir, I'm an MED student in the University of Calabar, and the 8-month strike really affected me negatively. And there is a rumor around town that next year the strike will still continue because lecturers were not paid for the 8 months that they were on strike. So sir, if you become the president, how are you going to tackle that issue? Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else? Who else? Okay, let's come back here. Please, Your Excellency, please let me. I beg, please, for the purpose of the video, you can go back to take back Naija on YouTube, and you get the videos, and also on Twitter. Use the hashtag stand. Okay.
Good morning, all. Thank you, His Excellency, Mr. Peter. My question is: so there's a current saying in the streets that education is a scam. Especially among young people who have finished school. Education is a scam.
Scam?
Yes. Among young people who have finished school, they are not employed for years. And even when they start businesses, they do not have that enabling environment for their businesses to grow. Now, this takes us back to the reward system in the educational space. When you were the governor...
No, you said about the scam.
Yes.
That's the question.
Yes, I'm just taking you to where I want to take you to. When you were governor, you rewarded people that made first class with 1 million naira.
Don't worry, let's say the scam.
Yes. So how would you make us to change that narrative? Thank you.
Don't worry. We have 4 questions now because you answered 2.
No.
So let's deal with the 4.
Okay, for now.
For now. I will start with the last one. And I want Professor to tell us, if he's a professor, I want you to tell us how education is a scam. Prof. This one pass me.
Okay. If education is a scam, what is ignorance? Now let me give you a real example. Every time that they shut down the ports or do something in Lagos, all those traders who have made a lot of money begin to run around confused. And they often run to a few people who usually don't have much money, but they have what? Education. How can we fix this problem? Begin to run up and down. The greatest value you can have in life is education and health. If you are educated and you are well, you can fix any problem. And so the challenge of our country is the challenge of the failure of education. If the small one chance things that allow you to make some money, that education, give you what you think is a lead or start, think what has happened to many of these people who made that quick money where they are today. It is not sustainable. I teach entrepreneurship, and the fundamental thing about entrepreneurship is to be able to see tomorrow today as it is affected by value that you create. If you don't have knowledge, you will not be able to see tomorrow. Because you are limited to your environment. It's knowledge that enables you to know that some things are possible. And then you create a venture which makes life easier, solves problems, and you make a lot of money from that. And so we must begin first with the right foundation. Most people who got very, very rich in this world did not start out wanting to be very, very rich. They started the world, and then they didn't know what to do with money. Bill Gates, all of these people. And so education cannot possibly be a scam. This man, does he look like a scam? He used to behave like a scammer. When we were students in UNN, he would be shouting my name from the refectory coming towards the hall. Can you imagine he ended up a vice chancellor? Please, if there's anything that you make sure happens, is that image of education as a scam is jettisoned from consciousness.
Okay. Prof have explained it to me. But let me also add to you. He told me, greatest investment any country can do is education. They have improved that more a country is educated, more developed they are. The failure of Nigeria is failure of education. Because people are not educated. And go for that to tell you that the reason why people who are educated are looking for a job is two things. Because we build a country that is based on consumption. So everybody is looking for what to share. It is those who went to school that are creating jobs, not the other way around. We have no productivity, so nobody have a job. If we have productivity, they'll be marketing those who have. All the companies that you mentioned to you, you gave. Get one left from. Yes, he didn't finish in Harvard, but he was a student when he started doing what he did. Go and check all of them. Bezos, Amazon, Google, everybody. They were all students. They were educated people from Stanford, from this, from that. You know, they were all educated, especially basic education. You can't do it without having education. It's not possible. All the big corporations in the world, India has taken over ICT world. Go and read the background of all the CEOs of the company. They didn't give it to people who didn't go to school. They gave it to people who went to school. So let nobody tell you about this. The reason why it's failure, go and check in America. Check the background of those who are in their school. Go and look at what Clinton. Go and look at the background of the school he went to. Go and look at Bush. Go and look at Obama. They were all Ivy League graduates. You go to Britain today, I give you the last 3 prime ministers of Britain. That is Boris Johnson. All right? Theresa May. Let me even go for Theresa May, Boris Johnson, Liz, and then Sunak. They were all Oxford graduates, without exception. not just school, not just ordinary school. I believe. Because that's a place to show knowledge. So don't ever call education. It's an investment you should be proud of. When you ask me a question, you answer the question. You said I've been talking about students' loan. He will fund the university. That brings me to your question. I assure you that 4 years in university is 4 years in university. We are not going to, university will not be free under us. I'm not promising free education. We'll find a combination where we'll be able to fund universities properly. The universities will generate their own money and we'll go for students' loan. Let me tell you one about loan. You only pay it if you have a job. So it is tied to a job. So it must create a future for you. And loan works because in loan, there's no receipt. So if you fail, you're finished. You go and do courses of CP club, fail exam, that's the difference. We all went to university. We all passed through university. But we must make sure that our tertiary institutions are properly funded. We need it. We need education. The greatest legacy and asset any country can do, investment, is education. When you see people talking about building a cultural center or building this, you can't talk about building physical infrastructure without building the human infrastructure. It is the human infrastructure that drives the physical infrastructure. Now China is reigning today, Japan, everywhere. What did they do? They build human infrastructure. So you're not going to bring Chinese to come and build your road and airport because they have engineers. You know, just so you have. And that's what we need. So you'll be well funded. You won't have any reason to do your master's. When he was saying that I gave those who had first class 1 million naira, I didn't give them because of anything. That money was actually, I would say, it's money because money that I had to, whenever we have what we call security vote. So when we spend it, money that was remaining and everything, that's money we use to fund. And I said, they said, oh, we have finished spending it. This one is money. I said, what do we do? Why don't we look for students who have first class and give them 1 million? When I started it, I didn't know they would drop to 500. I thought they're just going to be a few of them. But when I started it, the first class was, I was seeing people who had first class from Australia, from Japan, everywhere, telling me we have a first class. And I said, I thought this thing, when I started it, I just saw 10 people who said they have first class. And now I'm getting first class people from universities I didn't even know they exist somewhere in Australia. But let me tell you, today, most of them, like you, are telling me, I'm not this person in the US, I'm not this person in Canada, I'm not this person in this. When I listen to it, when I listen to it, you won't even believe what it is. We must encourage. 2, the reason why you're talking about joblessness or people who are educated, that the system has not developed fiscal and monetary policy to support entrepreneurship, which is what Prof is doing. We must policy that will support micro, small businesses. That is the engine of growth of every country. I go to the bank and say, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And they say, okay, who are you? Okay, I'm privileged to have done this small course in London School of Economics. I was in Cambridge, I was in Oxford. Okay, they believe me. Here, you cannot do it. I've meeting a bank chairman, you must bring your mother's house, your grandmother's land, your grandfather's this. We'll take everything. What we'll do here is what we call pump broke. You give me there, I even give you less than what you have. So if you get and everybody was there, they will source. Because nobody would have given them money. I hope we are taking the 4 questions. Then the remaining, that's it. It's unfortunate.
Let me tell you, under my watch, look at the people I came here with. Do they look for as people who are incompetent? That's when you start now. If you have been doing it with the come one, come on, that's when the problem will start. Let me assure you, that era is gone. Nigeria is in a mess. And no one person can solve it. Anybody who thinks that P2B is going to solve it, P2B will solve it with a team. And that is a team that will be able to say to Peter, you're wrong. And that's what I want to encourage you people. Yesterday, I arrived where I was going to do this program. They've written a question. I said, no, I don't want written questions. I want them to look at my face. Any of you can look at me here. I say, you're wrong. Because I'm wrong. I want to bring students. Don't think what I'm doing with you today will end today. That is how we're going to observe you. There's no way I will not visit every university. There's no way I will sit as president of Nigeria and I will not visit at least one university in every state within the period I'm serving. No way. I visited 500 and something secondary school as governor. Go and ask anybody. I told you we were in secondary school when I was there. Every senior prefect had my phone number as governor. Go and ask anybody. So thank you. So imagine I have 500 and something students and I have my phone number. I don't think we have more than maybe 200-300 universities. They should be able to talk to their president. Yes. That's what it should be. I want to hear the problem. We cannot continue. I want to go to the University of Nigeria so we can listen to the students at their president. I want them to get up to me and say, you're wrong. I told an engineering student yesterday in New York. I said, engineering electronic students in New York. Go and read Akio Manita, the man who founded Sony. The best CEO of Sony. He had him as a student. He was talking to the University of Students in Tokyo and he said to me, you're doing the wrong thing. And he said, I want to listen to you. And that's how they hired him. They found and hired him and eventually become the CEO of Sony Electronics. I want to listen to you. You have ideas. University breed idea. In Nigeria, that's why he's talking about SCAR. About that is the place where you breed ideas. I met all the big men I met in America in school. I met Warren Buffett in school. I met George Soros in London School of Economics. All the top people, I met them in school, coming to teach students, coming to talk to students. Here, because we have wealth without enterprise, we don't go to school. But we are going to tell you, the only way I can make money here is I can give you all your company, you manage, and you become rich. You have nothing to offer anybody. The next question.
The next four. Excellency said you make 4 years for school, but if you fail, you get 1 year. So not going to say in 4 years. If in 4 years now you go decide to add your own extra 2 as souvenir. Let me just speak and I will go back. In tell me I will come back.
Good morning, everybody. His Excellency, I'm very pleased I'm a few meters away from you talking. Thank you for coming to Calabar.
Let me
Oh,
conclude.
snap it all. Okay, my question is this. The educational system in Nigeria is structured in such a way that we are actually big and place so much emphasis on academic education and very little on vocational education. When you get sworn in May 29th next year, what will you do? Which intentional policy will you carry out to sort that issue out?
Next poll. I want to go back. Back now. They are also
Back.
back. Uh-huh. Okay. Is that back? Huh?
His Excellency, it's a pleasure. His Excellency, it's a pleasure seeing you this morning.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a student from Vocational and Science Education. So the question he asked was a very nice question. How would we be able to make businesses that are from small scale? You talked about micro scale, and how would they be able to progress? Looking at the university system, whereby students are just based on academics, and they pay little, if not now that we are doing entrepreneurship studies. So how will students be able to move from small scale business to medium scale business, then become entrepreneurs and owners of companies?
Wow. If first you know go school, you know to be answer you. Okay, yeah.
Your Excellency, sir, I'm innocent by name. Thank you. Persons with disability have been stigmatized all this while. I wish to ask in your next, how would you include persons with disability? Because wherever we go, they will say, what are those people doing here? And we also have equal ability to do everything, even in offices, wherever we go. Sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Maggie.
Good morning, His Excellency. Once again, all protocols observed. Impossible to put